Hey guys, so I have quite a few videos to do today. My hair is all frizzy at the top. But I wanted to do my Urban Decay Vice 3 video, and depending on how long my review part of it is going to be, I don't know if I'm going to do the tutorial for this look at the end of this video or in a separate video. So either way, I filmed a tutorial for this look. But this is the box it comes in. And when mine came, it was open, so I was afraid that it was broken, but everything's good, thankfully. Shows you all the colors on the back. I'm sure everyone's seen this already, but the palette itself came inside this cute little bag that kind of matches the design that's on the palette itself. And it's a decent size, so I mean, definitely good for travel and carrying makeup or whatever. And then the beautifulness of the Vice palette itself. The little letters look like jewels and they're kind of raised. And then the back is all lime green, so that's cool because I love lime green. And then my mirror still has the plastic on it. I usually end up leaving it on because I never use the mirrors to do my makeup anyways. I don't know, I can't stand when the mirror gets dirty. These are all the colors. There's 20 colors, and they give you pretty much the same brush that you get in the other Vice palettes, but this is lime green, of course, to match. I feel like my camera is way too far away. Hold on. So you have one end that's just like a shader brush, and then the other end is the blending brush, which I rarely use these anyway, but I'm going to have a review. I already did my blog post about it, so I will link that below because the pictures and swatches will be better, but I'm going to do live swatches anyway. So I like that with this one, they kind of broke it up into sections. So you have like a neutral row, then you have 2 rows of like jewel tones, and then this is all pinks or what are they supposed to be? Mid jewel tones or something like that, and then the last one is all smoky colors. So it has more of an organization than past palettes, but for now I'm going to go by columns since that's how they're separated. So the first color is Truth, and I actually used this in this look as my highlight color, and it is just a really light, it's described as a pink nude, I believe, but it's very, comes off more cream on my skin anyways, but this whole first column here is like so smooth and creamy. The next one is Undone, and this one is kind of like a beigey pink shade. Close to one of the shades in the Naked 3, I believe, but that one has like a satiny finish. It's not completely matte. And then this one is Downfall. This is like a light brown. Again, not completely matte. It's more of a satin finish. But this whole first column is definitely nicely pigmented. And then this one is called DTF. I'm not going to say what that stands for, but Urban Decay is getting a little risque with their names here. This is like a taupey gray color. I don't know. This one's really unique, and I like this one a lot. It's got a little bit of, like a hint of silver shimmer in there, but not much. It's a matte base, but it's got that shimmer in it, so it's not a totally matte color yet again. So the next column is the jewel tones. I really feel like my camera's too high up because I put it on a tripod and now I'm trying to get used to this. Okay, so the first color is Dragon, and that is a shimmery, it's described as metallic green, but it's not, that's not like a wow me color, you know? This column is actually my least favorite out of the palette just because they look like they're going to be super pigmented, and they're, I mean, you can build them up, but they're not my favorite colors in here. So the next one is Freeze, and this one's like a metallic teal color almost. Again, not as pigmented as I would think they would be. That's that. And then there's Heroine, which reminds me a lot of the blue in the Lorac Pro 2 palette. It's just a navy. It is like a matte navy base, but it's got navy blue shimmer in there, like micro glitter. It's a little bit chalky, but as long as you tap the brush, you don't have an issue with fallout, or I haven't yet anyways. And then Broke Down is a really pretty, like, old gold color. That one's the most pigmented out of this column for sure, because it's not like sheer like the other colors are. Not exactly sheer, but they're just not like, I don't know. They're not as crazy pigmented as other Urban Decay shadows are. So then the next row is Jewel Tones again, and we have Vanity, which is a deep, like plummy purple. That one's sort of metallic. My hand is gonna get all stained now. Then we have Lucky, which is a really pretty bronzy color. Again, that one's super pigmented and very metallic. Then we have Rain, which is like a deep brown. Has some shimmer in it, so it's not like glitter, but it's their little teeny tiny shimmers that they put in a lot of their shades. And then Bobby Dazzle, which this whole palette was supposed to be new colors, but Bobby Dazzle is not a new color, and I can tell you that because I have it. It was one of their Stardust shadows. See, Bobby Dazzle. And I will say, I guess they reformulated it because this one was more of a cream color and it has more glitter in it than the new one does, but they already used it before, so I mean, that's not a brand new shade. I remember I bought this just because it reminded me of Bobby Light. For if you watch Fantasy Factory and Rob Dyrdek, yeah, this is one of my favorite shows ever, and I had to get it for the name. But this is what the new one looks like. It's more white, and it has pale gold micro glitter in it. And it is, they definitely reformulated it because it's more pigmented than the Stardust one was. I know a lot of people, including myself, were not impressed with the Stardust eyeshadows. So this next row, I think, is what's turning a lot of people off of this palette, is because it's kind of all pink tones, and not a lot of people like pink eyeshadow, but that's why I did this look. I used a lot of the... Oh no, I just smeared... How long has that been smeared like that? My eyes are watering because my allergies are like acting up. That's probably going to drive me nuts when I'm editing this, because I'm going to have makeup all over the side of my face and not realize it. Okay, anyway, that's why I did a lot of the pinks in this look, because I figured I'd try to use the colors that not everybody thinks they can wear. So the first one is Alien, and this is one of my favorite shades in the entire palette. It is a pink that has like a peachy gold sheen to it. Aiden is yelling. This reminds me of a pinker version of my favorite MAC eyeshadow, which is Artistic License, and it's just, I've used it underneath my eyes, on the inner half of my eyes. The next one is Alchemy, and this is a deep, like, fuchsia color, slightly shimmery. I need another makeup wipe. We have Bondage, which is a really deep, deep purple, plummy color. My hand's still wet. That one's really pretty. I have that on my outer corner today. I can't talk. And then Sonic, which is this color right here, is another one of my favorites in here. It's very smooth. It's like a metallic coppery red. My hair is everywhere because I just straightened it. That is such a pretty color and very, very unique. There's a few very unique shades in this palette, which I like. Alright, and then for the last row, which is the smoky row, we have Last Sin, which is like kind of the generic champagne type color that they always seem to make in different forms, but it's gorgeous. It's definitely a must in this palette to kind of... It's a very well-rounded palette, I'll say that, because you can get so many looks out of this. Then Angel, which is what I used to blend out my crease color. This is kind of like a lighter taupe with a bunch of silver micro glitter in it, but it's not like that obnoxious chunky glitter that you can't stand that gets all over your face. It's just very, very fine, fine glitter. Then we have Defy, which is like a very smoky, deep gray, and this is a matte, so it's a little bit chalky at first, but it blends out really nice. And it's very, very pigmented. Don't mind my cut on my thumb here. The last one is Revolver, which is a soft black, I guess it's described as, and it has little tiny micro glitters in it again. It's just like a smoky gunmetal, very dark gunmetal color, I guess, because it's not completely black, but it's very, very dark, which I'm surprised they didn't stick black out in this palette too, because they've just been going nuts with that shade lately. But those are all the colors. Very, very excited about this palette. That's why I had to do a separate video and not just stick this in my haul video, because it's very... I always get excited when new Urban Decay palettes come out, and this is definitely a beauty. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Like I said, I will link my blog post about it below. And hopefully this video wasn't too long, that I can just stick the kind of get ready with me tutorial on there, because I'm still in my pajamas and I just filmed this tutorial, but I figured I would do that too. My get ready with me for the day look, and I have a feeling it's gonna end up coming off because all my eyes are doing is watering. So that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll talk to you in my next video. Alright, I am starting off with the Kat Von D Rehab Priming Elixir, as usual, and just putting that all over my face. Then I'm going to use the Kat Von D Locket Tattoo Powder Foundation in Light 44. And the Real Techniques buffing brush. That's what I've been using lately with this foundation, and it seems to work really well. Then I'm going to take the Anastasia Brow Duo in dark brown. I usually use the lighter shade of the two, but sometimes I use the darker one. And I'm just filling in my eyebrows. And then I'm going to prime my eyes with Urban Decay Primer Potion. And I just run the excess on my lower lash line because there's going to be some color going there too. And since this is the Vice 3 tutorial, all the shadows I'm using are going to be from this palette. The first one I'm using on just an e.l.f. eyeshadow brush is the color Sonic, which is a really cool coppery red color. And that's just going on the inner halves of my lids. And I brought it up a little bit into the crease on each eye. It looks really crazy right now, but it'll come together eventually. Then I'm using the color Angel, which is kind of like a light taupe shimmer shade, and that's going to be my transition color for the other colors to blend into. So I'm just kind of building that up in the crease on both eyes. Then I'm taking the color Alchemy, which is a really pretty kind of deep fuchsia pinky color, and that's going on the centers of my lids. Then I'm taking the color Bondage, which is a deep kind of plummy purple eggplant color. This one's also kind of shimmery. This is just going on the outer corners of my lids with a Coastal Scents blending brush. And then I'm going back into the Angel color and kind of blending everything out and making it look not so harsh. Then I'm taking Truth, which is kind of just like the highlight color. It's a very pale pink cream skin tone color, and blending everything out. Then I'm taking the NYX Wonder Pencil and I'm lining my waterline and my lower lash line. That's just going to be the base for the shadows to stick to on the lower lash line, and I use it on the waterline to kind of brighten up my eyes. I'm taking the little Kat Von D smudger brush and the color Alien, which is one of my favorites in this palette. It's a shimmery pink with like a gold peach shift to it, and that's going on the lower lash line on the inner half of my eyes. And then the color Vanity, which is a really deep purple, that's going on the outer half, and just kind of blend it into the Alien color. Then I'm using the Maybelline Master Drama. This is just a twist up eyeliner and I love it. It's very easy to use. I usually use it when I don't do winged outliner just because it's kind of blunt and you can't sharpen it. But for any other kind of eyeliner it's fine. And for mascara, I'm using the Kat Von D Immortal Lash. Then for my blush, I'm using the Laura Geller Blush and Brighten in the color Dreamsicle, which is super pretty. And I'm just using the Real Techniques blush brush. And for a highlighter, I'm going to use the MAC Kelly Osbourne Mineralized Skin Finish in Jolly Good, just the highlighting shade from that. I should have cut this out. I'm just looking for my lip color. This is the Marc Jacobs Lip Vinyl in Shooting Stars. And this is kind of like one of those tingly, plumping liquid lipsticks. Super shiny too, which is what I like a lot about this. So that is it for the look. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm going to stick in some pictures and I will see you in my next video.